Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. You are that. No burden of sufferings, troubles, no so-called veil of illusions can touch who you are. So if you're aware, you see that every talk is coming from somebody describing whatever happens to that one. It is never concerning that which doesn't see anybody as separation and any happenings as a real event. So all the pointing out in satsang is not at all to tell the seeker, the someone, look, you have to attain what is indicated. You have to be transformed like what is indicated. No, it just points out to undescribable description, just to again and again ruin the so-called power of the mind. Because all the indications throws you back from where you always have been. So anything you want to hear more, anything which is doubtful and clear, please expose. I tell you, maybe you don't know enough, but if you come to satsang, it's an amazing blessed step in the course of incarnations. And so a shyness or a shame to expose in a so-called public has no value. You see, it's your birthright to solve your search. And normally we are one-on-one, but nowadays we are a bit too many for that. So just don't stop with those feelings. Otherwise you will take things as a course and not as a risk to lose something too much maybe. Yeah.
What Ganga, what did Papaji say about reincarnation and karma?
Nothing.
Pardon?
And nothing, and I surencherished. Surencherished. No. I give emphasis also not to lose time to give value to events, happenings. Otherwise, you will not be interested in being freed from happenings, from the one who is born. It's a happening, isn't it? So if you are busy with all the births, so-called births, first of all, even this birth appears so, but it's not who you are. So let's make it shortcut.
Okay. I would like to bring a concept to you.
You know already it's a concept.
Yeah.
Then you drop it. Generally one asks because it is not so clear that it's a concept. Tell, let us see if you know so well it's a concept.
I saw that it created a lot of suffering, and I saw why I cherished it or why I kept it.
Yeah.
It was out of fear and to look for some security in this life, in duality. So it has to do with trust. So there was this desire for looking for anything trustful in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the other side, I see that in the indications, I trust completely, so there's no question about it. And I see not just that the desire for some trustful things in this duality between people, between anything and a person, brought some confusion. And
yeah, because it doesn't exist. How can you trust anything which goes on changing?
I can't. I see that I can't. So I don't want to go anymore for it.
So there will be no two sides. You see, otherwise you create a side. On one side there is the life, and on the other side there is indications of what I am. So that's already a big suffering. So I would say that if you really run after freedom, it will remove the separation between this life or that life. So trust what looks to you trustable, but remember that it cannot be into any object. You cannot trust an object. You don't want anymore.
No.
So it's done. And when you trust in this world, know very well that for now maybe looks like, but if the opposite happens, don't be surprised, that's all. That's called discrimination. And is it okay? Any theme, anything you want to hear? You come here because you at least know there is some kind of subject. So are you intrigued? Are you clear? Are you unclear? Or what makes you come? You can share it. I try to share. So yes.
Yeah, I'd like to speak with you about. This morning I find it was very strange. When I was wake up, I find it's stupid, but I'm in the waking state.
Yeah.
And then I find I search in the waking state,
Yeah.
who am I?
Mm.
But in the dreaming state, has to be the same. So I must be there. Who am I? I must be there also in the dreaming state.
Mm-hmm.
But in the dreaming state, it looks like I'm also like a person. So somebody there.
Yeah.
And I don't have any control. I'm not able to do
To search.
self-inquiry, to search. So no effort available to waking up in the dreaming state.
Mm-hmm.
And then I find, okay, what about the deep sleep?
Mm.
Because there, I must be there. Who am I? It also must be there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know anything about the deep sleep. Just somehow in the waking state, I'm speaking about the deep sleep. I must be there also. So who am I? It must be not depending on any state. Not
Right.
even.
You are right. Very good.
So then I find all the search, all the tools
Yeah.
to search, to
Yeah.
find who
Yeah.
am I, available only in the waking state,
Yeah.
but it's not depending on the waking state and not depending on the search.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Very
then,
good. And this is the result of your self-inquiry in the waking state. Yes.
yes, I find so. It's no
So-
other way to do.
Yeah, right. Then you keep quiet now then.
Yeah, I find there is no other way
To keep quiet.
To be myself.
There is no other way than to keep quiet, means to be yourself.
Yes, this is
Yes.
what I find.
Which is always there,
Yeah.
regardless of states. Very nice sharing. So where the search could be maintained?
Fenntartani. Mi tartja fenn a keresést?
Oh, yeah. There's no meaning to search.
Yeah, so no search.
No.
You can smile, it's Ciao, Seeker, ciao. The big relief.
Yeah.
pass on. I'm sure somebody else had a great waking up. Hi.
Hi, Ganga. I feel like something is breaking open here, and I see my mind jumping on it and thinking of it as a sign that somehow I'm closer, but I'm already that. So I'm just confused, I guess.
Yeah, because you know you are already that, you have not realized,
Yeah.
that's why there is a confusion.
And that's it.
But better to have the knowledge I am that than all the rest. All the rest, the confusion is in the mind. So you can remind yourself.
Okay.
If you remind yourself, does the mind work at that time?
I don't know.
Be sure. It works in the sense that you remind yourself, but does it bring more in the mind at that time?
No, it brings me back.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why. That's important.
So when I see my mind jumping towards something, thinking something's a sign or not a sign,
You
I just
forget
let it
it.
go.
You
I just
forget
forget
it. Just forget it. There is no progress, you see, in this search. Yet there is a progress because your mind gets more empty, so clearer, and will give more fire to your search in the end, not to listen to the mind. But there is no progress regarding realization. It's just, again, as I heard already, in a blink of an eye you realize. You realize who you are. And once is enough. Yeah.
Well, my question is pretty much what our friend said 5 minutes ago. Well, it's
You are
exactly the same.
Hungarian, huh?
Eh?
You are Hungarian also.
I am?
Hungarian?
Hungarian.
No, you are not Hungarian. Ah, I thought so.
No. I'm Spanish.
Okay. What do you say? Don't remember what he said. You say.
When I went, I had an idea since last satsang, idea, okay, of maybe this is too hard one to say, but I thought I had an idea of what I was, or a glimpse of what I really was, and of course I went to sleep too.
You want to?
I went to sleep.
Yeah.
Right? And what I am, it is there, either if I am, this body mind is aware of it.
It's a good. It's a conclusion of your mind. All this.
It is a conclusion of my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. It is. Well, no, this is not a conclusion of my mind. This is what you say, and I trust you, right? That's how I understand it. That what I am, it is there, either if my body mind is aware of it, or either if it is not. Like on the deep sleep. No, on the deep sleep, I'm not aware of anything, but it is still there.
And yet you can say, I slept when you wake up.
Yeah.
So something must have been there.
Something must have been there. Yeah, that's my point.
And
the point
that
is that
something is what you are.
But it is not going to be grasped by my mind or my senses.
Never,
or my
never.
Nothing.
That's why it's not an experience. That's why it's called a realization. It's difficult to say in words, but it's not an experience. You realize that is always there even when I sleep, when I cannot even know what it is or whatever is there.
So the body mind will never be aware of that.
No, it cannot be aware of that. Body mind can never be aware of that. Means it cannot never catch it. Let me see, I don't know. Let me see, body mind can never be aware of that. The body mind can never catch. So, if you know who you are, it must not be with the body mind. It's a self-knowledge, it's a self-revelation.
But it's not something to be perceived, then?
How can you perceive? You cannot perceive it.
I don't know. I mean, I thought I could do it with my body mind, but if my body mind
never.
can't do it,
Otherwise, it would become an experience of the one who tries. And again, it will go away. This is the drama of the trying, the efforts of the born one, of the seeker, of the person. The drama is that even if something appears like enlightenment, to him, to his mind, he will lose it. And then there will be this absolutely wrong concept that one day when I'm serious enough or blessed enough, it will be a permanent state, that experience. This is totally an illusion, because it works, it is in the realm of the body-mind. So realization is to discard the seeker. I'm not a seeker, it's an illusion. I am that which can make a seeker appear and disappear.
I was going to ask something, but it is again from the body mind, so it
Ask.
doesn't make sense. So how? I mean, the body mind can create a dream of these two, of all these.
Can create that you don't hear. Can create what?
The body mind can
A
create
dream.
like
A dream,
a
yeah.
dream of this liberation too.
Of course. Of course.
I mean,
A dream in the sense he will think that it will be somebody awakened. And some people have experiences which are not necessarily mundane, and they may confuse that for it. But when it disappears, I don't know what they do. Or they fake themselves to try to maintain, or they go back to suffering and search again. No, it's not the mind and the body which is aware of that. It's when exactly it's surrendered that it leaves place then to that, you see, to what you are. Yeah.
I feel mostly blessed to hear that I'm not the body, not the mind. And I feel mostly troubled that I don't see it.
Yeah, so who is troubled? The person, the body and the mind.
Yeah.
So don't give importance to that and know you are that. Too much importance to a feeling which makes you suffer. And if it is so, too much importance to a person, a seeker. You are not a seeker. You are that which can produce a seeker and its disappearance. So don't cling to anything. And if anything appears, it appears. Don't cling to it. There is no meaning. You follow me?
I see that I don't follow you. In the
You
sense-
prefer your mind. I give you an opportunity
I know.
not to follow the mind for a moment. I am that. Oh, I suffer because I don't realize. It's a thought. It's a thought linked to the past of the search. Discard it. So just to show you how you bind yourself to thoughts, isn't it? You see that?
Yeah.
And why you, when you see it, why you allow it? Don't forget that you want to be free. So maybe you didn't see it.
That's the point.
So but now you see it. I suffered because I feel I've not realized it's a thought of a seeker who wants to remain a seeker. I am that. I don't care if there is a seeker appearing or not. I am that. That is a sword, you see, cuts off the heads of this dragon mind. Tell me what? Where are you stuck?
I would like really to say I am that. But the thing I see I can't speak from there. So and this makes it difficult in the moment. I see everything.
Yeah, but
what
it
I
is
see,
the
what I see,
arrogance.
Everything is not.
Listen, when you are not able to say I am that in like this in this circumstance, know that it is the arrogance The arrogance doesn't allow, because somehow you have to be sincere to the mind. And the mind, what he has got, references of feelings, experiences and knowledge. Yeah? Okay. When will you discard this? When you will discard this? It will always be, no, it's enough. No, it is enough. I am not going to think that whatever this body-mind tells is the truth. It cannot contain, it cannot even speak there. There is these questions of sincerity, honesty, is bullshit. It's a concept of the mind. Maybe the only time you may have to say, I am that, you are right, it's because it will not be your mind. But for that, don't consider your mind, otherwise you will never be able to say that. It can be at any time. It can be now. You see, you have to get enough. You have to get enough to be fooled by your mind. And of course, there are degrees. You can say, yeah, I'm really fed up. But you are not fed up enough. Otherwise, you would jump out of joy to hear, oh, this foolish mind even wants to induce that veiling thought. Why should I listen? I have enough of you. Because after all, it doesn't depend on any quality of somebody. You are already that, you see. That doesn't expect anything from anybody. So what happens? It means you have just to have enough of the experiences as a human, okay? Or you see the futility of experiences, whatever, or the absurdity of meanings, and then suddenly you see that after all, the root cause of all this trouble is what I think I am. And that goes on changing according to stages of seeking and of life. But it is always a label anyway. So again, a mystification. When you hear, I am that, purely I am that, it doesn't consider the time, the stages of a person, nothing. I've always been that. And the rest is a dream, a movie, an appearance, with birth and death. Just be struck by that. For that, cherish the indication, the idea even, cherish the so-called indications and descriptions of what is not possible to catch, and yet to put fire on. You see, you have to cherish to be free. And there will be always a so-called impossible something to question. So you have to cherish that much that you discard this. You see. Yes. Then it becomes the power of that itself who loves you so much that it will make it possible. I want to hear Premnat. Premnat, tell me something. Yes? Why not? What is most striking? Or what? Tell me something. Yeah. What can you know from it, for example, or something, I don't know, to inspire you?
That's not very inspiring.
Well,
It's just wow.
it's just what?
Wow.
Wild.
Wow.
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 Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I would say I am that is not spoken by anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And here there's no effort.
There's no what?
Effort.
No effort.
Yeah. What about the mind?
The mind rolls on.
Yeah.
Yes. It makes effort, but not to search for something anymore.
Yeah.
Somehow it stopped.
Very nice.
And to say it stopped because of the search is, I guess it's true, yet before the search started, I was still myself. And I love you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I'm very happy to hear this voice. Who else wants to speak? Yes.
Since a while it is clear for me that who am I not, that I'm not an object of perception,
Yeah.
not even the experience of enlightenment, and the seeker is just the passing by thoughts, the seeking.
Yes. Good.
But what does it mean, be a seeker?
Why you listen to bat? From where it comes, this bat? From where? From my mind. So why should you listen? It puts you into time, and it makes you search again. Or if you have the knowledge, you said it makes you frustrated because you still don't realize yourself. This bud brings all this fantasy. So will you catch a bud next time? Good. Never forget, you are it. You cannot figure it out.
I want to say that I see that I have some trouble with the trust in myself. The trust
You want to trust what?
myself.
The self doesn't need your trust to be. So don't confuse yourself to be somebody. And when you confuse, just ask, who is confused? The somebody. Who am I? I am that. Keep quiet. And do it again and again and again till this again disappears.
Is it also good to do, when I hear you saying that also in satsang, forget when something, an experience is, it's not an exercise, eh?
It is
But
not.
I follow the track of an exercise when I do that I am.
Anyway,
Sure.
as long as you are someone, you have to do something. Even self-inquiry is to do something. But you see, that something is to exactly make you stop to believe you are a doer. That is the beauty of this indication.
What I can say is that the mind came back with full power.
Yeah. And then?
And I said, not this time.
Yes. The mind is illusory, real.
I just wanted to the questioner appears and disappears.
Yes. And if you can see that, from where do you see that? That is more important. Huh? You can see that, very good. But from where? Tell me. You don't know? Very good. If you don't know, very good. Because what you are, you cannot know.
Yeah, yes. It's always good. I'll take it because we are taken by surprise. That's very good. So, unprepared, what can you say? What can you say? At least you see the mind, how it wanders, huh? The mind is wandering. It is its function. And generally there is only one loka, worldly. But for some reason we opened other lokas, other realms. So spiritually we wander also here and there. But it always creates a landscape too much, which in the end troubles because it's not it. So one looks like binding itself to the mind. It's not needed. It's not needed, isn't it? You want to add something? That's it. So where are you in your mind? You with the beard. Forget your name, yeah. You can pass.
the mind goes on with a lot of questions which seem so irrelevant, but there is this tendency, you know. What about the body-mind dies? It is.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of questions. And
Yes.
questions.
Yes. And then why you don't ask them?
Because I think it is okay. It is another question again.
It is?
It is another question again.
Yeah. Yeah. So still it creates a vicious circle because it goes on, you are aware of that, okay? But still you don't know you are in it. You see that all the time. So there is a fascination about this going on. So you forget to inquire maybe, but from where this comes? From where this is seen? From where?
This is from my mind.
You see, you can reply in two ways. If you say from my mind, it means you exclude the subject which sees the object which are questions. You could say from myself because you include the subject which is glued to the objects. You spoil your answer because this I, there is nothing wrong with I. What is fakingly wrong is the attributions. You see, the what you glue to it. Otherwise, I see that could be I see I doing that. Then no problem anymore. No search anymore. I'm clear, maybe not.
Not much. I mean, you are.
Maybe I was not clear. Anyway, if I am not clear, I can maybe make it clear. But if you are not clear, can you make it clear?
The point is, if I ask, I mean, yeah, I see that there is this loop in which I am involved. Yeah.
Vicious.
Yeah. It's like, who am I? I say, I'm not this, so who am I? Who sees this? Who sees that I'm not that? Who am I? But
yeah, but you see, who am I is the ultimate question in the sense that it removes the owner of all the questions. But you take it as an information, you take it as other questions, objective questions. This is a subjective question, unique, is the only one that the mind can shape. It's unique. Because if you question the subject, what happens?
So the mistake that I'm doing is that I'm trying to catch a description always.
Yeah, you are the owner of who am I among other questions. But it's a spiritual question, okay. But you don't touch the owner of that question. That question is to touch the owner. Is not to bring you an answer in the mind of the same realm as the questions. The answer of that question is out of the mind. Is from where the mind can appear. And for that you don't have any answer in the mind. Up to you to ask this question.